Hi, this is John from FlatCatGear, and in this video we're going to show you how to make your very own cat iron stove. Now the interesting thing is, if you go to our website, if you go click on the Bobcat page, and if you go down to the Bobcat page, you will see a navigation bar that says DIY projects. We list a bunch of projects in there. We're going to add more to it. And that's where we're going to put the instruction set on how to make your very own cat iron stove. In this DIY video, we're going to show you how we make the stove. Now, how you make it could be, slightly different, but I'm going to show you what we do. So, first off, you need to start off with 2 cat food cans. The 3-ounce size are nice, light aluminum. They're easy to work with. The most difficult part about making the stove is making the hole. We put a hole in that's 1 1/4 inches in diameter. Now we have special drill bits and unit bits to create the hole, but you can create it by taking a razor blade and hand cutting out that circle and working it around, and eventually you can pop that open. Then you got to clean up the sides and remove all the burrs, and then you'll have a hole there for it. And that's the hardest part about this whole stove. The next thing you need to do is take the can, you put the hole in, flip it over, and take a file and file the back side of the stove. What this will do is that'll weaken the inside ring, and you take a pair of pliers and just pull that out. And the reason you need to pull that out is because it makes it easier to load in the back half of the stove. Now, to do the back half of the stove, you take your other cat food can that you haven't put the hole in, and you cut that down to 3/4 of an inch tall. We use a razor blade, we scribe it around, then we cut it and we just tear it around and make it perfect size. Then you want to take the bottom half, and you want to fill it with water and freeze it. And the reason you're doing that is you're making that part stiff, so when you assemble it, it won't collapse. So fill it with water. It'll probably take a couple hours, or just next day you can assemble the parts. Now you take the first half that you've already cut, clean it out, spray some WD-40 in it, and put it down on a couple sheets of newspaper. Then take the back half, which is already frozen, flip it over, put it in the front half, and just take a board and push down on it until it's flush. Then you'll need to find a special size can, and it turns out the Budweiser cans are the perfect size. You put that over the back and you press it all the way down until it seats solidly on the bottom. You can take that whole assembly, go back to the shim that you made that will cut it at 3/4 of an inch high, scribe that one, and then remove that excess material around, clean it up, and once the water melts out, that's exactly how we make the cat iron stove. Cat iron stove is not very popular. It is our most fuel efficient stove. You can boil 2 cups of water with about 13 mLs, but it takes about 10 minutes to boil, so it's not for everyone. The other advantage of the cat iron stove, it only weighs 6 grams. So with 2 cat food cans, now you've given the instructions on how you can build your very own cat iron stove.